As the end of the year approaches, we're starting to think about taxes. And joining us in the studio to show you how you can save on your taxes is Joyce Fleck, who is the Executive Director of TRICAP, and Neil Elkins, who is the Housing Services Director for TRICAP. But before we get started, Neil, you're really here on behalf of Du Bois Strong and Grow Du Bois County. Explain that.
Correct, yeah. I'm advisory board member for Du Bois Strong and Grow Du Bois County. They have the tax credits available to help local employees do home repairs, $5,000 assistance as far as purchasing of a home, or they can get rental assistance through the program. They apply through their employer, who then refers them to TRICAP. We can qualify them for that, but we still have $8,500 in tax credits available, which means $17,000 in donations, really, that and for individuals or businesses to acquire those by the end of the year.
Okay, now some of this may be a little confusing as we go through. We want you to know we are not your tax preparer. Talk to them to get real advice. But and if somebody's got a question, I'm sure they can call you and you can explain it to them. So here you're nearing the end of the year and you'd like to make a donation to somebody. And doing it through TRICAP or Grow Du Bois County, you can get 50% back as a tax credit if you do special paperwork.
That's right.
So you've already gotten a lot of donations from folks for different things, and that's all very good. But somebody may have a donation they want to make, and you are capped on how much of this goes as a tax credit versus a tax deduction. Is that correct?
We're capped on how many tax credits we can give out.
Okay, so I have $100.
Right.
And I want to make a donation, but I want it to be a tax credit. What do I do?
Okay. TRICAP is a 501c3 organization, so we are a private charity. So if you wrote a check to us and you are an Indiana resident, which you are, or an Indiana business, any Indiana Department of Revenue income tax filer, if you make a contribution to TRICAP of $100 or more, minimum $100, that's not our rule, that's a Department of Revenue rule. Okay. If you make a $100 donation between now and December 31st, you get $50 back, which is half, or if you give $200, you get $100 back. You get half of that amount back in your pocket when you file your Indiana income tax return. Assuming that you itemize your federal income tax deductions as well, you get those tax deductions on your federal, credits on your state. So it's really at least half. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so, and we're just using that $100 as kind of like an even number to go with. So you're saying then I make this $100 tax credit donation to TRICAP. Then when I get my tax refund, let's say I'm getting a $75 refund. If I've given $100, I'll get another $50 on top of that. Correct. I'll get $125 back.
Yes.
Wow.
It works like the Indiana schools and colleges. If you've given to those types of things in the past, it's very similar.
But not that there's a trick, but there is one caveat, and that you have to use special paperwork, which is, paperwork sometimes can be very overwhelming, simple. But that looks like maybe 20 blanks you fill in. That's it.
That's it. Very simple.
Now, where do you do that?
We send these back to the donors. If you don't, we've been emailing them out. Like if you've given in the past, we have kind of let people know about this ahead of time and given them a chance to consider it. If they've given to other charities, great. If you've given anywhere local, great. If you've given it to us in the past, there's only a small window of time too. Like if you have to give during this window of time when it is open, and so we send the paperwork out to you. If you didn't even know about it and you look like you qualify, we'll send you the paperwork if we have credits left.
Okay.
It is first come, first serve. That's why I asked Neil to join me today, because if we sell all of ours, well, I'd hate to say sell, but if we distribute all of our tax credits first and someone still wants to give, well, you can still give the donations to TRICAP and get your federal tax deduction. But if you want that tax credit, if that's your motivation for giving, there's another avenue.
And that's Grow Du Bois County, which in a way does help TRICAP through its programs.
And that's why I wanted to, to explain, yes. Because the real monies that what Grow Du Bois County does with their tax credits, they send it back, and they have special approval to do this from the state through Neil to work with our clients. I'm going to let him explain what he sort of did. But
Okay.
If you're an employee of any Du Bois County business, all we need is paperwork verifying your annual income from your HR department and that you are an employee of that business. We then verify the income and the need, and the three needs that we've identified is that you can get up to $100 in rental assistance towards your rent. You can get $1,000 if you're a homeowner towards homeowner repairs, and up to $5,000 for down payment assistance if you're purchasing a home.
But none of that can happen unless Grow Du Bois County
Receives-
receives the donations for that pool.
And then these donations are used as a tax credit to receive money back on
Correct.
your refund.
And the rules are the same because it's a state rule. It's not the local charities rule, see?
Yeah, and
We're
these-
just lucky enough to have this benefit to our donors.
These are all grants too that are made to the families with no repayment. It is a true grant to them. So
What's the difference then between a tax credit and a tax deduction?
Okay, a tax deduction reduces your taxable income that you're paying taxes on.
Okay.
So when you say itemized deductions, that's what they're talking about. You made a $100 donation, on your federal return, you're making a $100 deduction. You're reducing your income, taxable income by $100.
Okay.
When you file your state return, you're getting a tax credit. You show them this paperwork, that's what it's for. It's for the Indiana Department of Revenue. You immediately get half of that back.
So it's different and better.
And better.
Okay. And this form
It's both.
is
It's
form
both.
Is it available online?
I don't think
It's
they have it
Indiana
online.
Housing. It's Indiana Housing.
It is not, because these
Okay.
are customized by the donor,
Oh,
by the
okay,
charity.
okay.
Because we
So
tell
it
our
would have to
tax
come
ID
from
number.
you
Yeah.
or from Grow
Right,
Du Bois
right.
County.
We have our tax numbers on there.
So if somebody says that they want to give you $100 on Friday, December 29th,
They can go on our website and give online.
so I could do it on the 31st. That paperwork won't necessarily come to me until
later.
Till later. I don't
But
have to
if we
fill
have-
that paperwork out now.
Correct, but if we have the donation
You've got
by
that-
then,
Yes.
and if their credit's still available, because it gets really hairy in the last day of the year, and then sometimes that happens on the New Year's Eve. Everybody they
Right.
think about it at the last minute, and our office is closed on that Sunday. So if you wait that long, I can't guarantee
Sure.
there's anything left in the pool.
And you can't transfer that money to
No.
Grow Du Bois County. So
Correct.
so if you want to make a donation to Grow Du Bois County, how would you do that?
contact Brenda Hickey at Grow Du Bois County or Du Bois Strong, and she has the forms available there.
Okay. So and really, I'm sure that they can call you or you to get some details.
Yes.
And how can they contact you?
They can just call our office, 812-482-2233, and if you can't find either of us, ask for Susan. There's two Susans there.
Okay.
They'll both help you.
Okay. And this is TRICAP's office, or you can stop in, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And we can refer them to Grow Du Bois County too if they're interested in making that donation. So.
Yeah, because the thing is, you want to help everybody,
Yeah.
And one helps
I mean,
the other.
ultimately, it
We're-
helps
we're a
clients in
partner,
need.
yeah.
That's
Right.
what I'm saying. It's use it or lose it. If our local charities don't have this benefit, it's going to go somewhere else.
Okay.
So if you want to invest in your community, give a lending hand to folks that need it most. This is two great ways to do it. Last minute, year end. It's a great way to do it.
It's crazy that you get 50% of it back.
I know people don't believe that it's real.
I mean, because you get it back.
You do.
You don't like get it. You get it back. I mean, that's your
it's true.
refund is bigger on your Indiana.
On your Indiana
Yeah,
return.
not federal. Okay, now, and we set $100. We just use that so we'd be at an even number. But you certainly can make a much bigger donation than that, or a business can make a donation. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so we're talking to individuals or businesses.
Right.
Okay.
And no amount is too small. I mean, even if you don't have $100 to give and you're still thinking you want to give, we still take donations and you can still deduct that. And some people give, some people give anonymously, some people give and don't want the paperwork, they don't want anyone to know they gave, that's fine too, we honor that. Some people designate it for a certain particular service of ours, we honor anything the donor wants, we can do.
Yeah, and we do want to point out, if you just want to give money and don't want to worry about the tax credit,
That's okay.
That's fine.
That's totally fine.
And a lot of people do that.
They do, they
Yes.
do.
And you use that money for many different purposes.
Yes.
Because you're helping out so many people at different levels of poverty, which is here in our area. And you serve how big an area?
Our primary service area is Du Bois, Pike, and Warwick counties. So we can use these credits within that service area. Again, if a donor says, I want this used only in Du Bois County, we can honor that.
Okay.
We still can do that. And that's much
do that.
needed. With the emergency funds and things like that, we only have to give what we receive.
Yeah. Donors can be very specific as how we use the funds, and some of them are, and we respect that, and
And because you're a 501c3,
Right.
you are not a government agency.
No.
You exist on donations.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. We apply for grants, which is a large chunk of our funding. We've talked about this before. We need matching dollars for those grants. This type of thing counts as matching dollars in some cases, depending on which grant we attach it to help. Now, this one, the NAP tax credits, it is reserved for clients with income-based needs. So that does disqualify some of our grants, but not all of them. This helps the majority of our clients.
And if it seems a little confusing, the best thing to do is give you a call.
Just give us a call.
Or talk to your tax preparer about how to use that tax credit versus donation. But you do need to be making that donation within a short time frame here.
And it's not complicated. Most of our donations came from individuals, not businesses. Most of them come from individuals.
Now, if you want to make a donation, you can go online, you said. Do you just have a
On our
PayPal or
website.
something? Is there
It's a PayPal.
Okay.
It's a donate. You know, go to the TRICAP website. How can I help? How you can help? Donate. Give a contribution. It's just right there.
You can do it probably through your credit card or something like that. Okay. Or you can bring cash in, I'm sure, to the office or a check as well.
Right, right.
If somebody does do a check, write it out to TRICAP.
Right.
Okay. Anything that you'd like to add? I know it may seem like it's kind of confusing, but really it's simple. And you showed those 2 pieces of paper. There's very
that
little
simple.
to fill out. Yeah.
Very simple.
And that you'll get afterwards. Just make the donation now. Fill out the paperwork later.
Right. And I
Don't think I've ever seen a simpler tax form.
no.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
I didn't know that one existed until I saw this program.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And it really works. I mean, even if you do TurboTax online and do a very simple tax return, this is all you need as your backup to do that.
And so on your Indiana taxes, you get 50% of whatever you give back. Wow, that is just
And you don't
terrific.
need it. I mean, it's wonderful. This is a benefit to our donors, and it's kind of a loyalty benefit. The donors who have given in the past get first choice, especially the ones who've given to the NAP tax credit. We were blessed with a little bit more, so we are letting people know, hey. And I can't just reserve for a lot of folks. I can't do that. You have to have the money. It's first come, first serve.
Yes,
So that's why we wanted to come on the air and let people know, hey, if you're still thinking about it, it's going fast at our agency. It's very new over here at Grow Du Bois County.
Okay, so contact TRICAP, and then when TRICAP caps, so to speak, then we can see that money goes to Grow Du Bois
Right.
County. And for you then, would they write the check to Grow Du Bois County?
Grow Du Bois County, correct.
Okay. Is there a way to pay online through Grow Du Bois County, or is it best just to call Du Bois
It's best
Strong
just
and
to
go
call
from
Du Bois Strong right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so anything else you'd like to add?
One more thing, I do want
Yeah,
to thank everyone that contributed to, like the Cops with Kids event, the Holiday Shop event. People went out, and it's a great way to get into the holiday spirit. This still is that, don't get me wrong, but some folks like to give the toys and things for the kids and the diapers, all those necessary things. That's great. And I just want to say how much I appreciate how much the community has given so far.
Yes.
It has been tremendous. And I also want to say, a lot of people don't realize this, that the families that participated in Holiday Shop, our clients, they can match with real dollars, the $1 tickets that they have earned, and they matched to the tune of $1,300 this year.
Wow.
The clients themselves. And that came in $1 at a time. Like $10 is the maximum per family that they could match. That's a lot of families.
Yeah.
They worked hard to earn that. And when you think about what they did to earn that one ticket, that's at least 1,300 hours that they have given back to the community to earn that.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to think
earning that is
they earned it.
Yes.
They
yes.
earned it. So it's coming from, everybody gives whatever amount they can. Do you see what I'm saying?
Right.
The clients, everybody gives. And then it helps the next year for someone you never know when you're going to be calling Neil up because you have an
Right.
emergency situation. And that's where it comes from, is everybody's generosity. So thank you, Du Bois County.
And with the tax credit, and you could actually get something back for yourself.
absolutely,
Right, right.
yes.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Well, Joyce, Neil, thank you very much. Did you have something you wanted to add?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for coming in. If you'd like to make a donation, go to TRICAP's website, and you can donate online, but you need to do it by the 31st. The paperwork will follow up later. You don't have to do that paperwork right now. That's part of your tax preparation.
Well, we want the paperwork with the check if possible, because we cannot secure that you got that tax credit until we have the paperwork in hand.
Ah, okay. So
I'm just saying that if you can only give online and that's your last resort, go ahead and give online. But we've got to have the paperwork. Notify us
Okay.
if you're going to give online.
sure. Yeah,
us a
just
call.
make a phone call. And the phone number again?
812-482-2233.
2233. All right. Joyce, Neil, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching WJTS Inform. We're local people watching local people.